to Q&A with TNA.
All right, so I think it's recording. So let's see how we sound.
Okay.
All right. So today's topic is creating money. I love this book that you pointed out at Barnes & Noble. I was sitting there, I remember now, I was reading the ancient Egyptian book.
Right.
I was reading all the mummies and
So I usually notice
pharaohs.
what you're reading, and when I get to Barnes & Noble, I pick out like
Spiritual books.
10. No, not just because they're spiritual, but I usually pick out like 10 books I need to see. Like I have to look through them, and I try to I try to read them all before we leave, before somebody needs a snack or something, and I try to take in all the information, or at least read something that I'm supposed to read.
Egyptian artifacts.
No, and while I think it's lovely that you were looking at that, I was thinking, I wonder what message could help you.
I did learn a few things. One pharaoh had like 200 children. I had no idea that was even possible. He had a lot of wives, but that was really cool information.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
No, but listen to me. So I look over at you and you're reading about that, and I'm like, okay, that's entertaining. Let him have a little time with that, but then I'm going to shove a couple titles in front of you.
Yeah.
So I had another one, too. I think I gave you 2 books. Oh, I gave you a book by Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because I'm usually kind of resistant to it because I'm like, why are you shoving books?
Yes.
And I'm in the middle of my ancient artifacts books.
Yeah.
But then
I try to bring you back to the present
moment.
moment.
And then you like casually sneak it in and like, well, just read a couple pages. So I opened this book.
But what's funny is every time I give you a book that I want you to get the knowledge from, you always say, did I read it?
Right.
Like, I should read it. And I'm like, no, you read it.
Right.
So you started with the Gary Vaynerchuk, and we're reading a little bit about marketing.
The book was good.
Wasn't it awesome?
Really awesome.
Right. Okay. And then the next book that I got you, I have 5 other books by this author, so I thought this might be a good one to pick up.
We'll say the name.
It's called Creating Money, Attracting Abundance by Sanaya Roman and Dwayne Pecker.
And it's amazing. It's this purple, feel-good kind of book. And I opened it and I started reading it.
From the back.
You
started reading it from the back.
Well, I always do, yeah. I sneak, because that's where the good stuff is, always in the back. So now I'm thinking creating money. I mean, who doesn't know what it takes, by now, what it takes to create money. And as I was reading it, I realized that it was written from the perspective of a spirit world, which was really interesting. Perception, because normally when you listen to like Tony Robbins or any successful coaching, it's always done from like the earth plane, like this is what it takes, hard work, blah blah blah. And this is all like a whole different perception, the fact that it's an energy thing, and it was really amazing. So I got sucked into it.
I think it's important because no matter how much we have read and no matter how much we think we know, our subconscious is still processing information and living from a place of how we grew up learning about money and all the past experiences that we had with money and everything we hear from other people about money.
Yeah.
So this is a completely different kind of spiritual approach to it.
It really is. And I was telling you, I was telling you earlier, I felt that as I'm reading these words, it's like I know all this stuff, and you ask yourself, well, I don't have time to repeat information, but then as I'm reading it, I'm feeling my vibration rising, like I feel my mind going into kind of a wealth consciousness state. And I think that is really crucial because in today's world, we're not really exposed to that. You listen to the radio or watch TV, it's nowhere are you exposed to that kind of pure vibration of wealth consciousness, just putting you in a state of unlimited kind of abundance.
Right. And I think it's more than just money, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
really basic
lifestyle.
rules for any manifestation.
Right.
Which is really amazing.
Right. So sometimes I think that I don't want to tell you what to read, but sometimes I think we have a good thing where I can kind of feel like here might be a good message for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is...
For us, I mean, we both need it. No, it's fine. So anyway, the reason we're discussing this book is because every single morning we have our coffee and we always talk about something
Yeah.
we dreamt, something that happened, something we're thinking about, something we're focusing on, right?
Yeah.
And what are we doing right now? We're working on illustrating our very first children's book,
That's right.
right?
On my iPad with my
So-
Apple Pencil.
Right. So the reason that we need to read this and the reason we need to talk about it and the reason we need to learn new things is because everything that you and I do as entrepreneurs and how we live is sort of off the main path. And we sort of want to create our own world, right? And our own custom lifestyle,
Yeah.
which is based on, we sort of live this book, but
We
then
do.
the words match what we're doing and they help to support how we feel.
Right. And that's why I'm really resonating with that book, and I highly recommend to anyone who wants to get an abundance boost of any kind.
Let me read this little back thing.
Okay.
Should I? Because it's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So this book says, the step-to-step guide to creating money in abundance was given to Sanaya and Dwayne by their guides, Oren and DeBen. These wise and gentle spirit teachers have successfully helped thousands to manifest prosperity and create their life's work using the simple processes contained in this book. You can see immediate results in your life when you learn to follow the spiritual laws of money and abundance, develop unlimited thinking. That's a big one because we limit ourselves. Listen to your inner guidance. That's another one because we're all busy listening to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Use advanced manifesting techniques, create your life's work, transform your beliefs, magnetize and draw to you what you want. So it says, abundance is your natural state. As you use the information in this book, you will learn how to let money flow readily into your life while doing what you love. That's the biggest thing, because you and I have always made money doing what we love, or wanted to make money doing what we love, and who doesn't? Who wouldn't want to make money doing their passion? Or these easy to learn techniques, positive affirmations, and exercises will help you create rapid changes in your prosperity and lead you to mastery over your life. You do not have to work hard to have abundance.
That's right. So
That's a hard one that doesn't make sense. Everything we've always been taught is work hard.
Yeah.
You have to work hard to get what you want. You have to put in this many hours. You have to be this busy.
if it's not inspired action, and that's not coming from the right vibration of wealth consciousness, you're totally wasting your time. You're just spinning like a squirrel, and just years going by, and you won't accomplish anything.
Right.
It has to be inspired action.
But it
And-
says you can learn to work with energy to easily create what you want. Begin today to strengthen your link to the unlimited abundance of the universe. This is not something we're taught by our parents and by schools and by society.
No, this is
the opposite.
This is like hardcore, like, I'm a wizard kind of thing.
Look, let's read this affirmation. I allow myself to think and dream in unlimited ways. Everything I do adds beauty, harmony, order, and light to the universe. I am in charge of my destiny. I'm the builder of my life. That's not something anybody teaches us.
No.
And oh wait, I love this one. Let's just say one more to finish. I trust that everything comes at the perfect time in the perfect way. Like, we don't have trust, especially financially, and we're taught to be realistic, which means the opposite of this book. When you're being realistic, that people are telling you focus on what is truly currently happening.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to create massive abundance, you have to focus on what you don't see.
Right.
You have to focus on how you feel and how you want to feel and what you want to see.
I love it. And I think this book can benefit tremendously, even if you are a hardcore, 3D person who believes hard work is the only way to get anything. You read something like that, it will just put you in balance between energy and hard work, and that, it doesn't maybe need to be so extreme, so it's one or the other.
But it is a little bit of hard work, if you want to call it that. It's a little bit of...
Right, because we're putting all these hours in sitting, drawing
Yeah.
the book.
Yeah.
We're not, like, meditating.
No, sometimes it's hard.
Right.
Like, we're arguing sometimes or
Right.
pleasantly disagreeing with what we're drawing.
Right.
We're trying to get our feelings heard and our visions, met and created. But that's not hard necessarily, but it's maybe emotionally hard.
But the energy behind our actions is what is going to ultimately create our, manifest our experience of what we're doing.
But when people say you have to work hard, what does that exactly mean? Because we are working hard on creating this
But sometimes
manifestation.
because we love what we do so much, it doesn't feel like work. Like if if I work really hard and I want to chill on the couch, I'm chilling on the couch, but I'm sketching on my iPad. And for your book, what am I doing? I'm sketching, illustrations. So it's like, it's just what is working hard, right? You have to realize normally that
it's going to be different for everyone. Everyone's going to have a different definition. But
yeah.
Anyway,
you just have to find
transforming our beliefs is the core of any like spiritual growth or personal growth or progress. Absolutely. And we obviously, you have to take time to focus on it. You have to take time to read and shift and get this information into you. And I know you could listen to this on audio. I know a lot of people do, so maybe there's an audio version. I personally feel better. I'm very visual. I like to see it and hold it. But
I like to do both, but with this book, I really do feel like when you're holding it that you...
kind of infusing it?
Yeah, you're like infusing it into your aura, it's in your
I think Wayne
space.
Dyer used to say that, because he used to say just even take a book, and so many people say, I don't have time to read. He said, just carry it with you then.
Yeah.
Just take the book with you so you have the energy just carried in your bag or briefcase.
I have a few books like that I connect to, but yeah, for sure, I totally agree with Wayne Dyer. I think there's something to that. And I think all these words form like a vortex of energy, on some level. We can't see it, but you could definitely feel that this is like high vibration book. So.
All right, so now let's get back to drawing.
All right.
Our book.
Okay. So this was our first mini episode of TNA.
Q&A with TNA.
Oh, I gotta get that down. All right, cool.
Wait, let's say it together.
All right.
Q&A.
Q&A.
Like questions and answers.
Q&A with TNA.
Yeah. It's just a cute little play on words. But it's going to be like our own questions. We have our own questions and we answer them.
Right.
Right?
And, we've had these conversations, I don't know, for the last...
since we met.
100 years. So
and we were like, why aren't we recording these?
Some of them are really good, so maybe the better ones we can try to post. Right?
That was judgmental.
It was?
This
all right.
was not better?
They're all good. You know what I mean.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.